Welcome to the regulatory mindset discussion, where we explore various aspects of leadership mindset relevant to regulators. Organizational leadership development really focuses in on two very different areas for growth. As we've discussed previously, to be a healthy leader, one's personal development must grow to support the foundation of the leadership work that you're involved in. And as we've also discussed, sometimes we find ourselves in leadership roles or positions where we've not yet developed all the tools and skills required of the position. Now, this is not a bad thing unless you're unwilling to grow. The gap that exists between the skills needed to fully lean into the position and the ones we currently have is bridged through personal development. It's imperative to realize that generally you have the professional qualities and attributes for the leadership position. Yet the reason many talk about leadership with that phrase, it will grow you, is for that personal growth involved in the position. Within organizations, there exists a symbiotic relationship between governance and the implementation leaders within the organization. Now, very few folks are lucky enough to be involved with what I'll call the working boards, where you may serve as both president and paper pusher, or generative board member and put it into action secretary. When governance and implementation are in different roles, we have the members of the board and the CEO and staff. And it is really relevant to acknowledge here there exists leadership needs in both of these domains of the volunteer board members and the employed staff persons. In the domain of the board, it's a volunteer role, while in the domain of the staff, it's an employed or paid position. Yet, growth of the individuals holding these roles is essential for success for the organization and for those individuals within those domains. The most important organizational leadership strategy to implement regularly is that of the discussion of operational duties and decision-making responsibilities. It's key that these fall in the appropriate leadership domains and that the leadership rises to the right occasion, so to speak. By this, I mean those who are in the governance roles are clear on providing governance and decision making, while those in the staff CEO roles are there for execution and administration of the day-to-day operations. That is different from a role where a CEO or a staff may be providing guidance to the board as to how to run the organization. And while these are subtle distinctions, they really become quite crucial in order for organizations to grow. CEOs who envelop operational as well as generative roles are likely to have unenergized status quo leadership on their boards, and the organizations are potentially going to suffer from remaining comfortable, and they may lose relevance for their constituents. On the other hand, CEOs who leave the board to make all the decisions and drive the bus, and whose members might lack zest or energy, may remain comfortable in their kind of laid back role as CEO, but that organization may also lose the relevance of its purpose for its constituents. You see, overall reliance on the expertise of a CEO or expertise of a board is going to limit the growth capacity of the organization. Both of these domains are required to grow and exist in that symbiotic relationship for a successful organization capacity. This is why it's so important to ensure growth, ensure continued training, and encourage a culture and encourage professional development for all of the leadership within both the governance side and operations side or domains of the organization. Our vision at the Atkinson firm is Minds Shared. Our why is to inspire the regulatory community through the education of government and relevant stakeholders to promote regulatory excellence. Join me next time as we explore strategies for personal development to enhance organizational growth.